I haven't made a video in like 2 months. I've been using and like fucking relapsed. And I did it on purpose. Like I thought I could use for a week and clean out my room at the art gallery. And then I could like go and get in a shelter in California and try to like get legal help to get Hero, my son. Like and then I got sucked in and I got into a situation where I could live with somebody. And anyway, so I just and now my habit's like really big. And the thing is, like, it's all for nothing, and it's not about drugs. It's not about drugs. People think it's about drugs, and they're so stupid. My parents think it's all about drugs. It's not about fucking drugs. It's about not being true to myself and not giving myself what I need and judging myself about what I need. Like I look crazy. I don't do well in the desert. We moved here when I was 8 years old to this place, and it was too hot to go outside. It was too hot to be in nature, and there was no nature. It was just concrete. And I got really depressed because that was my heart, was being outside. And my mom fell in love with a new man, and we couldn't go anywhere. And so she just put me on antidepressants, put me on Prozac and fluoride, and she said I did better, and that she was afraid without it I'd kill myself. The thing is, I have never in my entire fucking life been suicidal. Never. I've never been suicidal. And I think I went through a phase of maybe talking about it when I was in my late teens because it was cool. And, you know, it's cool to be suicidal. It's still in our culture now. And it's fucking so stupid. It's like, it's cool to be really troubled. It's cool to be really troubled. It's cool to cut yourself and, you know, self-harm and be depressed and have to be on meds and kill yourself and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know what to do with this hair. I don't know whether to shave the sides or I just, you know, growing it out from bald, it's just fucking gross. I don't know what to do with it. But like, there's no reason for it. It's so stupid. And I just miss my baby, and I'm missing Mike right now a lot. I'm going through papers, and I'm finding like poems that he wrote and stuff. And so I miss him a lot. You know, we were so close to getting Hero and being able to leave, but I don't think he understood just how much I would change if we left the desert. I think maybe he thought I could never get better, and he just needed something different. And I understand that, but we were like 3 months away from getting our son. Like, it was really close. And I had spent, I mean, he didn't understand the money I spent, because I spent money on detoxes multiple times. But, like, it was just perfect fucking storm. And for some reason, I have more chaos in my life than most people, and I have more, some people call it karma. I have more fucking shit. And yeah, maybe my life it's been very painful. It's been very painful. Now, it's a different kind of pain than, you know, growing up in Gaza and having my little baby brother blown up. It's a different kind of pain. That's a different kind of pain. I've got American pain. At the end of the day, being separated from and I'm not even separated. I could go see Hero probably, but I don't want him to see me like this. I look like shit. I'm on heroin. My face, I just look scary. I don't look like, I don't want to be taking from him. I want to be giving, and I want a generative relationship where I'm giving to him joy and love, and not trying to get anything. That's how my relationship with my parents, they were trying to get from me my light or whatever, and if I wasn't happy, I was fucking them over. And all through my life, you know, like, my drug use has been like, or if I've been angry or something, it's some sort of like, or sad or just quiet, people have felt like I owed them my happiness, and I don't owe anybody to be happy. I don't owe anyone to smile. It's like the sun, when it comes out, and when it's not there, I don't owe anybody anything. And the reason why my life is so fucked up right now is because I didn't do what I wanted. I was shamed and blamed and guilted and feared by my parents enough to not leave a place that was not serving me at all. And I didn't have parents that just wanted me to go and seek my fortune and find my own life. I had parents that were codependent as fuck and wanted me to fit into their box, which I'm sure a lot of people do. Um, my dad was different. He would encourage me and things, always encouraging me, almost overzealous though. He would like take it over and it would like be his thing. Like I remember when it was time for me to go to college, when it was in my senior year of high school, he would order all these catalogs for schools and drive around with like 50 different school catalogs in his trunk, trying to convince me to go here and convince me to go there, all these liberal arts colleges. And I didn't want to go to college. I just wanted to go to LA and I wanted to try to act actually. But I didn't go to LA because my stepdad guilted me and told me I wouldn't make it. And basically, just a lot of guilt. Every time I want to leave, it's like, well, what about your mother? Well, fuck, dude, everyone's got to find their own happiness. Your happiness should not depend on a family member being around or some sort of shit. And over and over again, I've said, well, when he told me, like, the first time he guilted me, I went ahead and got an apartment. Immediately started doing heroin. And then I have a bunch of guilt about doing heroin, and then a bunch of guilt about coming over on Thanksgiving with track marks, and then a bunch of guilt about leaving on Thanksgiving because there was a fight, and then just everything. My parents just wield this shame and blame, and of course it's all good with my son because he's less than 2 years old, so they're great with him, but they're not, and they say I don't know how to live life. Well, okay, yeah, I certainly don't know how to live life, but anyone who's sane, so-called sane, in this world right now, you've got to be crazy to be sane. You've got to be crazy to just shut up and watch CNN and take your psych meds and go to work every day. I'm sorry, that's crazy because we've got a planet that's rapidly dying. We've got 7 billion of us. We're still, we're the food, we're subsidizing meat and dairy industries. People are on medication for all sorts of fucking crap. Pharmaceutical companies are getting rich. We're walking around with cell phones that have minerals that are mined in Africa with, death camp labor bullshit, genocide, horrible stuff that if it had to do with, if they had slaves that if it was Jews that were being the slaves, people would have a huge ruckus. But because it's black, somehow people are not as concerned. If it was Jews that were in the diamond mines, or if it was Jews that were in the cell phone mines, but black people are the original Hebrew people. Anyway, I'm not even gonna go there because I'm not really very well versed on it, and I'm not trying to sound. There's this fine line between telling reality and being considered an anti-Semite, and I'm not even trying to go there, but just trying to wrap my head around, world history and world events and stuff, and it's just fucking crazy. But my thing, anyway, so I've got 6 days. I got 6 days here. My friend bought me I'm actually at the budget suite, which is this little hotel that you go to when you don't have a home. And this is actually where I was for a week after my mom kicked me out when I was pregnant. And let me turn the light on. So anyway, hopefully this one doesn't have bed bugs. The one I had when I was pregnant had bed bugs. It was horrible. But this one, I didn't get bit last night, so hopefully there's no bed bugs. Anyway, so it's just a fucking bed. And here's my beautiful orthopedic pillow. This thing is my life. Like, I know I'm only 35, but my orthopedic pillow is my fucking life. I love this thing. It's been to Cambodia with me. It's been to Hong Kong, Hong Kong City. It's been to Mexico with me. It's been to Malaysia with me. It's been, let's see, it's been all over the place. It's been California, Arizona. I'm sure I've brought this thing to Texas. Maybe not. But Anyway, my orthopedic pillow is so great. They're only like $40. I strongly recommend that people get them. And then I always have a pillow for under my knees too, which is like really good for my back. That's just me personally. I've been doing this for a long time. You know, since I got out of my back brace, I think uh, I was put in a back brace. I wish I still had this thing. It was so fucking horrible. It was from my neck to my hips, and it restrained my movement. It was like a body cage, and I was like 15, and it was like right as they stopped doing braces, period, because they learned that they didn't really work, and like massage therapy and yoga worked better. But I was in this thing, and I had to sleep in it, and it would feel like it was choking me because it had this thing here, so I would have to sleep in it. It felt like it was literally choking me all the time, and especially while I was sleeping. So I'd have nightmares about being choked, and then I was like on psych meds, and like had no friends. I was just like this walking ball of like, it was fucking ridiculous. So of course, like the first time I got my hands on a baggie of cocaine, it was all over. Like I've been like serotonin deprived and like on fluoride since I was like 7. of course, of course, when I got some fucking serotonin, it was on and popping, and I did cocaine for like a couple of years, a year maybe, and then but people at school were mean. They would just sell me like they would just sell me baking soda. It was really fucked up. Like the cool guys would just sell me baking soda. And I mean, it would have like a little cocaine, but like not nearly enough cocaine, to actually warrant the like $40 or $60 I was giving them, whatever. Anyway, I feel better now that I'm talking to you. Like I might just have to be one of these people that has like a diary that everyone sees my fucked up life. I might just be one of those people. And like I saw an advertisement for Gigi Gorgeous, and like I mean, transitioning from being a boy to a girl was a big deal. And maybe I'm just one of those people that like my life is so fucked up. Like I have to be putting myself out there, and I have to be like, yeah, I'm fucking smoking booglers right now. Yeah, that's another thing. I'm 35. I need to quit smoking cigarettes. It's so gross. Why did I ever start doing this? Again, why did I start doing it? Because Uma Thurman in Pulp Fiction, I thought I looked sexy and cool. It's not sexy. It's gross, and it ages me. Like when I go to the MAC counter and they actually put like foundation under my eyes, I look like an 80-year-old lady. It's like so crinkled, and it's all because of my thin skin smoking cigarettes. It's horrible. I'm drinking my kombucha though. It's fucking good. My $4 beverage. Somehow I can spend like $60 or $80 a day on heroin. But when it comes to like a $4 kombucha, I'm like, that's $3.99. That better go in my purse. That better go in my purse. I better steal that because I don't have the money for that. I don't have the money for a $4 drink. So, anyway, yeah. So I got a situation where with a friend, an older guy, and we didn't sleep together or anything like that. But it reminded me very much of this other situation where I was and it all sort of, and I was just like thinking about, because life is very circular. It's very circular. We'll keep going on the same hamster wheel of patterns over and over and over again, unless we jump off, not jump off, don't jump off, but unless we make changes, unless we start making like at least a little teeny bit of change, we'll keep going on the same rotational wheel, like a fucking hamster. Okay, so I'll come back and I'll tell you the story about this guy.